Hey, what's going on? My name's Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm a transformational coach for the Patterns of Possibility. The Patterns of Possibility is all about helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In this video, I'll be answering questions that I found on the subreddit Friendship Advice. Now, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a licensed psychologist, but I am a transformational coach, and I help people build genuine connections. So I'll be using my expertise as well as my own experience to help answer some of these questions. Are you ready? Let's go. Coping through the loss of a 13-year-old friendship. I heard so much and the pain hits out of nowhere. We shared so much throughout the years. Recently, we had a disagreement. I didn't cuss her out. I just told her my opinion about the matter in a non-friendly and flat tone, and she became bothered and disagreed. It was our first intense disagreement. I'm for agreeing to disagree, but she's now holding a grudge against me. I've reached out to her twice within this week to talk, and she comes back the first time with, "No, I can't talk, I'm busy," and the second time with a stupid heart emoji. I can sense it's the end, and it's over nothing. That's capital nothing. I remember she's the one who said, "You'll have a hard time getting rid of me," which was full of shit. That's it. Oh, wow. That's really tough to have this kind of thing come out of nowhere and to be blindsided, essentially blindsided by what happened. So what I hear is that you are absolutely reasonable when you're having this conversation with her and she's unreasonable. That's what I'm hearing. That's kind of the way the picture is painted. So you're absolutely confused about why she's upset. What's going on? Of course you would be. Of course. Doesn't make sense to you. And I think right there is the problem. You said that you had a non-threatening, flat tone in which you disagreed, and that was it. And it seems like because you didn't raise your voice, because you didn't say something that was, you didn't swear, it seems like you believe that what you said and what they felt shouldn't match up. Like they should be okay with whatever you said to them. And I think that's the problem right there. So however they felt about the situation, it seems like you weren't paying close attention to it. It seems like if their reaction was that intense to not want to talk to you anymore, that was very, very important to them. Think back about this issue. What was it? Is it something that they brought up over and over and over again? May have been really, it seems like it's really, really important to them. Another thing I want to address in your conversation with them, like I said, just because you don't raise your voice, just because you're not nasty and spitting in their face, getting all mean and blah, 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 it doesn't make your words any less hurtful. The issue is the invalidation. Like, you don't recognize or you don't believe that they should have feelings about whatever they have feelings about. And that right there caused the break. That's the issue right there. It's because you don't acknowledge their feelings. Now, I want you to understand that there's a huge difference between agreement and understanding. So you don't agree with them. You don't. You will never agree with them. It's fine. You don't have to agree with them. But all we really want at the end of the day is to be understood. So they want to understand your point of view. So if you could, this is the exercise that I'd recommend for you to do with this friend that you've known for so long. You should be able to do this because you've known them for a long time. I want you to stand up, take off your shoes, and step into theirs. Now, actually, don't stand up, okay? Don't do that. But you know what I'm talking about. I want you to put yourself in their position. Think about why it's so important to them. They may have told you many, many, many times. You have to get over the fact that you don't agree with it. If you want a friendship with him, You need to understand how they feel, what they're thinking about this particular issue, because it is very important to them. Now, I hear you saying over nothing. It's over nothing. It's over nothing. And it seems like you're pretty adamant about that. So I think before you are able to step into their shoes, find why is it what bothers you so much about agreeing with them. I don't know what the issue is, but it seems like it's very important to you as well. If it's something that you can't resolve, and I don't mean agree to disagree, I mean to understand each other. Because when you agree to disagree, you still have this resentment behind it. Like, you don't really understand how I feel. You don't understand how I feel. And then when the issue comes up again, you're going to be in the same situation because you're not really caring for others' feelings. You just want to say your point and they want to say their point, and you're talking past each other. So what is it about this issue that bothers you so much? What is it about it that set you off? When you figure that out, sit with it, really understand it, and then you'll have an opportunity to talk to your friend about what happened. If you're already emotionally volatile, if you already have these high intense emotions of your own, and you go try to talk to them, no, it's gonna be a bad day. You're gonna have a bad day, and you're not gonna do any justice for your friendship. Okay, so take some time. If you've been friends for 13 years, a couple of weeks, even a month away from each other, be nothing. You can pick up right where you left off. 13 years of friendship. All right, I hope this helps. Best of luck to you. Now let's move on to the next one. How do I apologize after acting like a piece of garbage? Okay. I had an argument with a friend over anime and how he always delays watching movies. And now he won't talk to me. That's it. Now he won't talk to me. So you had an argument with your friend. I hear you say that you were acting like a piece of garbage. I want to dive into that. What does it mean to act like a piece of garbage? I mean, in the last one we looked at, the guy didn't raise his voice, or the person, I don't know if they were male or female, they didn't raise their voice. They just said something in a nonchalant, flat tone, but it was something very hurtful. So when are you acting like a piece of garbage? Are you being really nasty to them, yelling at them, cursing at them? I don't know what being a piece of garbage is. Well, looks like to you, but I always imagine it as not taking my friends' feelings into consideration. I look at that as, acting like a piece of garbage, because I always want to know how they're feeling, because I hope that we stay connected because of that. I understand how they're feeling about things, and it makes me feel good. So are you understanding what's going on with your friend? And I know your post was very, very short, but I wonder, what is your connection with your friend like? You're upset with him over something that seems a little small to me, actually, but I'm not in your shoes. I'm looking from the outside. I don't know how important anime is to you. I don't know how important the times are. Maybe you actually set up time to hang out with each other and they're always late. Maybe that's something that's happening. It's important to you. That's the thing that matters. So wonder what's going on with your friend that they're always dragging their feet. What else is happening in their life besides this? And I want you to think about that, because your friend isn't there for your entertainment. You're friends with each other, so you should know about each other. You should know about what's going on with them. Maybe there's something that's happening that's delaying him. Maybe he doesn't like this and he doesn't want to share it with you. I don't know. But there's something that you need to discover a little more about your relationship with them. And it also looks like you, the poster, it also looks like you want a bit of control, a lot of control. Sometimes your friends are late, and it seems like I said, something that is manageable, something that wouldn't really be upsetting. But of course, like I said, it's only what matters to you. I would imagine that, your friend wouldn't talk to you over something a lot bigger. Like whatever you said in the conversation must could have been really nasty. You said you acted like a piece of garbage, maybe really put them off, and they feel like they don't want to deal with it. But what I think is that this is a small event, and to have a reaction where someone doesn't want to talk to you means that either there were a series of events like this and this was the last one. They were like, I'm not doing this no more. Or what you described was minimized and something bigger happened. Maybe even something bigger for them happened. So, poster, I want you to think about your relationship with your friend. What is it like? Are you always getting into arguments? You're disagreeing? Have they make it a habit of avoiding you? What is your relationship like? And when you're around this friend, do you feel joy? Do you like them? I imagine that you have them just to hang out with, and that's it. Whatever they're thinking and feeling isn't really on your agenda, isn't something that you care about. You just want to do what you want to do, and you want them to do what you want to do. Now, I'm just a guy looking outside in, okay? Don't bite me. Don't bite my head off, okay? I think that might be a dynamic that you want to check out. Look for it. See if that's there. I hope this helps. Best of luck to you. Get your friend back. All right, let's move on to the next one. Prioritizing a move or a 30th birthday. It seems like the two closest people to me, my boyfriend and best friend, will need me at the same day. One is moving an apartment and the other has a 30th birthday. They don't know yet that the date is conflicting. Okay, they don't know that they're doing the same thing on the same day. Okay. I'm trying to make an objective decision, which is more important, not based on which person will be more understanding. That's why I'm also not saying here who has what. Of course, the birthday can be celebrated the next day, and the person moving can find other help if I'm not there. Which event do you think should be prioritized? Okay. Now this question hurts my face. It hurts my face. It hurts my whole head because of the question itself. You're trying to be objective. I feel like this is one of those questions that is a philosophy, like what would you do in a hypothetical situation? Because the answer doesn't matter. Almost like whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter. So I have my own feelings about this question because it looks like there's no real answer. There's nothing that you would do with the information. That's what it seems like to me. It just seems like a thought exercise rather. So I'll do the thought exercise. You're being objective. You have two people in your life that you really care about. Boyfriend and best friend. And they both want your attention on the same day. I imagine that the times, you can split the times up and hang out with one at this time and the other at that time. But it doesn't really give detail like that. But you know that it's essentially it seems like it's inconsequential for whatever you do. Do you decide to help one move, then you help them move. And the best friend or boyfriend, they will be fine. It seems like they'll be fine. I don't get anything in there that says that there's a reaction that they might have, like one might be more upset than the other. You say it seems like they're both rational and reasonable people who will just adjust based on their connection with you. I think the person that you should hang out with or help is the person who is having the 30th birthday party. Well, because the big 3-0 only comes once in a 30 years, once ever in your life. Sure, the party can be a different day, but if it falls on the birthday, it might be a really significant and special celebration. So you could do that and help them, since you've already made it clear that there's no real consequence to what's going to happen. Like, whoever it is, best friend, boyfriend, will still move. So why not go enjoy this party with your friend or boyfriend, girlfriend, but whatever. You know what? That really messes me up. You can you go celebrate, do the party thing. Do the party thing. It's the more fun thing to do. It's more connecting. You'll enjoy it more. So the more objective decision is to value your time and these experiences that you'll have with your friend. All right. Best of luck to you in this thought exercise. It was painful. Painful. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right. Not sure whether to end a friendship group. I'm completely stuck on what to do here because at the moment I'm fed up with their blatant lies and talking behind my back and each other's back. It's a stage where in thinking for a minute before saying anything just in case they get angry. Like yesterday, I said a joke of which one of them replies in a serious tone. So I say it was just a joke and not meant anything. Then the next day they all appear offline and ignore me because I'm annoying and hypocritical for not taking his response as a joke. And I don't know what to do. I went away for a second and through my headphones, I could hear them talking about how I can't take a joke, but make fun of them when I made a mistake. I felt unwanted and disliked, like they don't care, even though it's hard for me to let go because of how fun it used to be. Now I feel like they're waiting for an excuse to hate me, and there's no one who's not like this. How do I tell them I've had enough of this shit? All right, so all of that was just one sentence. It seems like, and I put that out there because, all of it just, gives me information. I see that you're very upset with your friends and you feel excluded and misunderstood because of how the joke was taken. It seems like everyone's against you, and that's just an awful feeling. You'll be overwhelmed with your friends turning on you. That's a terrible feeling. So I understand where you are with that. You're scared. You're also angry. Like, what happened to the good times? Things were good. We were having fun. We were playing games. We were joking with each other. What changed? What's wrong with you people? Definitely, I feel that. It's tough. Sometimes we grow apart. Now, all I see in this post is because it is a run-on sentence. Essentially, you're just kind of putting your words out there. Blah. Just put them out there, and it doesn't seem like there's much restraint or much thoughtfulness behind that. And I don't mean that with malice, but I mean that it doesn't seem like you took a deep breath, right, and thought about the situation fully. I see everything from your end of the end of it, of course, because it is your vision, your point of view. And in your point of view, everyone just doesn't like you. Everyone hates you, and they're waiting for you to do something so they can just get rid of you forever. That's what it seems like you believe is happening. And based on them not being able to take a joke, based on some other exclusionary behavior, of course you would. Of course you would. Now, what are we going to do? You want to tell them that you're sick of this shit. You want to tell them that. But I want to ask you, before you do that, because you can easily just go ahead and say that, hey, I'm sick of your shit. It's easy. But I want to ask you, what is it that you want? Do you just want to tell them how you feel? Or do you want a friendship? Do you want a connection? I think you want a connection. And you're a bit lost about how to reconnect or what to do. You don't even know what happened in the first place. Like, what is it that changed about this connection? What is it? Is it just a joke? I don't think so. I think that there's been a series of things that have happened and just not have been addressed. That happened over time, and now it's getting to a point where everyone's over it. We're frustrated. We want something to change in this situation. And it seems like it revolves a bit around you. But that's from your point of view. So, of course it would. What I'm saying here is that if you want to build a connection with them, yelling at them and telling them that you're sick of this shit isn't going to change the situation. It's going to add more to it. It's going to add a whole lot more to it. Now they have another reason to dislike you and get rid of you. Not saying that they're actually trying to do that, but that does not help your case. Doesn't help your case. Like I tell all the time, like I say all the time, it's worth trying to understand what they're feeling. Like, why was the guy so upset about the joke? What was the joke? What was the joke? And have they always just been upset about your jokes? They always been like that? And maybe you hadn't noticed. You want to reflect on that and think about it. Spend some time by yourself thinking about some of the interactions that you had with them. Since it seems that you would be very new at doing something like this, because I gather that because your post is one run-on sentence, and it's basically all of your feelings and how you're justified and how you feel, and no one else should be justified in how they feel. So I imagine you see the world from just your point of view inside, and that's it. No one else has feelings that matter or important. And I've got news for you. They do, and they are important. But yours are too. Yours are too. They're like the most important, because you have to take care of yourself before you take care of anyone else. So I want you to explore why this makes you, or what about this makes you so angry. It seems like you're afraid to lose these friends too. They were good friends. The answer is not simple. It's thoughtful. You want to keep writing. Write down why you want to be friends with them. What is it about them that make them good friends? What is it about them that you don't want to lose? What is it about them that makes that connection for you? What do you do together, and how do you feel about what you do with them? You play games together and you feel connected. You have a bunch of fun. Also, write down some of the things that you dislike. They can't take a joke, and it frustrates you about that. Some of the things that you like about them, write as much as you can, and keep writing. Just keep adding to that list, and keep adding to the list of things that you dislike as well. And you want to compare them. Take a look at them and see, well, kind of the pros and cons. You want to see right in front of your face. You want to be able to view this so that you can get it out of your head. You want to see what is really a big deal, what's really important, and what's not so important. So your friends, you like a whole bunch of cool things about them, but they're kind of like, you could take it or leave it. And there's this one huge thing that if they keep doing this, you have to go. You gotta say goodbye because it bothers you so much. You want to be able to weigh those things. You have to know yourself first before you connect with these friends. So based on your post, based on how much information you just kind of threw out there without thought about the other people that are affected or in the group, I think that taking a look at yourself is the most important and powerful step that you have right now. Get to know yourself, get to know what it is about them that makes the connection for you. You want to really understand that. All right, that's the first step in it. It's going to help you go a long way when you talk to them again. All right, I hope this helps. Best of luck. Let's move on to the next one. All right, looks like this is the last one. Is it normal that my best friend doesn't communicate with me anymore after he found a girlfriend? Yes. Okay, wait, let me read the question. So pretty much my best friend started dating that girl back in September 2020 before we could constantly go out. Recently, maybe a month or two, his communication with me went to almost zero. We had conversation why I don't like his girlfriend. Initially, I had really positive mindset about her, but after a few weeks, I started to dislike her more and more. But also, I told him that I would love to go out for an hour or two for a talk. Anyway, since then, he never contacted me. He's going out with his other friends together with his girlfriend, and I feel kind of sad about it. What's your best advice you'd give me? I feel that even if I talk with him about this, he'll continue to ignore me. We've been friends for 13 years and never had any kind of issues at all. 13 seems to be a lucky number. What is with 13? There's 13 years of friendship everywhere. I guess 13 years is the year that things break. If you're saying that you're not the first person that said that your friendships and haven't been in any kind of, issues, you haven't had any issues in 13 full years. Really? Or you just weren't paying attention? All right. First of all, of course, it sucks to lose a friend that's been that close to you. 13 full, amazing years together, problem-free. Then this girl comes along, steals his heart, takes your friend from you, best friend, and you're just like, what? She's evil. Can't you see that? She's evil. You expressed dislike about his girlfriend. That's what I understand you said. You expressed dislike about her, and it seems like you mentioned it to him. You want to open up his eyes to it and maybe separate them a little bit so that you get your friend back. That's kind of what I read in there. So if I'm off base with it, I'm just an outsider looking in. I'm not a counselor, therapist, psychologist. None of those things. But I do have my experience with friendships. And I've not had any friendships that have solidly lasted for 13 years. I've had peaks and valleys in my friendships. So it's unusual, I see, that there's no issue in the friendship. I also see that he's hanging out with other people, just not you. And that has to feel awful. I mean, you've been there for them 13 years. It's tough, man. That's tough. So, gauging the situation, I'm thinking that, you're not supportive of him in his relationship, and he wants to continue to get laid, or he's in love, whatever it is the case. He wants to be with that evil woman. I said evil, you didn't say evil, but he wants to be with her, and he also wants to have friends. It's not like he's excluding his friendship. It's not like he dropped off the face of the planet to just hang out with his girlfriend. That's not what's happening here. There's something happening with you in the situation. Hard look at yourself. Take a hard look at it, because, as you said, he's going out with other people. He doesn't want to talk to you. It's something going on with you. And I imagine that there's more than just the girlfriend. The girlfriend was just a thing that happened that kind of pushed it over. So I want you to imagine your relationship and look back at your relationship. Think about some of the disagreements that you've had and how you've handled them. And you might think that everything is copacetic, but they don't think that. And they may have tried to express that to you many, many times over, and you just thought, yeah, everything's great. Nothing to worry about. I imagine that happened because they stopped talking to you. It doesn't just happen right away. Like in these posts, people are surprised that their friends stopped talking to them. That's because their friends have been saying things over and 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 over again and get no results. They've been trying to tell you how they feel about it, and it just goes over your head. So they're like, well, I'm not going to waste my breath. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go hang out with somebody who wants to listen to me, who's interested in how I feel. I used to get into relationships and I would disappear from all friends. All friends. Not just one, all friends. Like, and if they had a problem with my girlfriend, no, we're not talking to them either. I don't have time for them. I have time for them and their negativity while I'm sitting here trying to enjoy my connection with my girlfriend. Do you understand how that might feel for your friend? Even if you don't like her, you suck it up. You suck it up. You don't go telling him how terrible his girlfriend is. You suck it up and you be there for him as a friend. And if she turns out to be awful, like you saw from the beginning, because this has happened to me. That's why I'm laughing about it. This has happened to me. People are like, don't do it. Dude, look, she's terrible. I'm telling you, she's terrible. I heard. And I'm like, please, you don't know a love like this, okay? We never knew a love like this. And I tell them, and I'm so thankful that my friends were there when it was over. And not to say I told you so, but to be supportive. And so right now, that's the position that you're going to play. Even if, you don't like her, it's for your friendship. It's not for her. It's for your friendship. It's for your connection. It's to be with your friend. So consider that. Think about the relationship that you've had with them in the past and things to reflect on so that you can find out what the actual problem is. I really believe that they were trying to tell you something and you missed it. So go back and find out what that is. I hope that helps you. Best of luck. All right. Well, that was the final question. Thank you so much for writing, Redditors. I know you didn't ask me to answer your questions, but I did. And I thank you for putting them out there into the world because we're all looking for answers to the same kinds of questions. We are. You'd be surprised about how much of the human experience we're sharing with each other. We're all going through the same things. Truly. But if you want to ask me a question, you want to be intentional about asking me a question, you can reach me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com, or you can reach me at Instagram, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can just leave a comment for me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.